Okay, today we are back with MSA, previously My Story Animated. Today we are going to be watching I Hid Under My Parents' Bed. So let's see what happens. Obviously, link will be down in the description down below so you can go watch for yourself because I do talk a lot and this is a reaction video and yeah, go check out their other content. Boom. Okay.
My name is Ezra.
Hey, Ezra.
I have two
It's a
older
nice name.
brothers, or should I say had two older brothers, since they are no longer living with us.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea
Wait,
where they
are they
went,
dead?
and my
Oh, okay.
parents refused to give me a straight answer.
I thought they died.
When I ask, I always get, they went to stay with your grandparents, or it doesn't matter anymore, they're gone. I remember the last time I saw my oldest brother, Matthew. My father and him were having a big fight. The next day, my brother disappeared. His room was empty, and my parents acted like everything was normal.
Maybe he just left because he was just done with the arguing.
He never did. The same thing happened nearly 3 weeks later with my older brother, Adam. Except that there was no
Why he looked
fight
back like
with
they
him.
said, anybody follow me?
He was just here one day and gone the next. I kept asking what had happened to them, but they just kept avoiding the entire conversation.
Maybe they just did leave.
I didn't understand why they wouldn't answer me.
Like they just said adios to the whole family.
Brothers, and while I was trapped in my own head, wondering what could have happened to them, I started to notice something else.
Oh.
My parents were avoiding me, like I didn't even exist.
Are they casually talking while they're like ignoring him?
Or
like
abruptly start a new conversation, or even a few times they would simply stop what they were doing, get up, and walk out of the room.
No way!
After my second brother disappeared, I decided that was it.
We gotta go.
I want to call the police, but when the police arrived at our
Call
home,
the police
my parents
for what?
managed to convince them that they had no other children but me. They even showed them fake documents that stated that.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, like his brothers didn't even exist.
The police believed them and left.
Wow.
I thought that after the police left, my parents would tell me something, anything.
Oh,
Get mad for calling them or react.
You better find out.
Again, they did nothing.
You start arguing with dad.
So I went to my room.
You better be next. You better disappear
next. I felt so
next.
lonely without my brothers. I sprawled out on my bed and stared at the ceiling. I had to figure out what the hell was going on.
I guess this is why he went under their bed, huh?
The only way to figure out what was happening
see what they're talking about.
was what my parents were saying while they were alone. So the plan was that I would sneak into their bedroom and hide underneath their bed before they went in there to go to sleep.
Why did he shift under there like
I would
that?
just sneak out after they fell asleep.
Okay.
Seems foolproof, right?
Maybe
Seems
like
this way
the plan.
I could get some answers about what was going on.
I guess this
Later
is
that day, all three of us sat at the table and ate our dinner
I would have
in
gotten my
silence,
phone recorded
which is how every meal
saying?
went for the last month or so.
Maybe.
Nobody looked at anything other than our
Maybe
plates as we shoveled the mediocre meatloaf into our mouths.
Dang, mediocre.
After I finished mine,
your
I
mom make that
excused
meatloaf?
myself and went back to my room and waited.
He does
They
have a
always
phone.
went to bed at
Or
the
is
same
that a
time every day.
iPod. I don't know.
So I knew it wouldn't be hard to get in there and into position under the bed before they came up to go to sleep.
Okay, brother is cooking.
It was almost time for my parents to come up to bed.
He's cooking
so
right now.
So I crept into their bedroom, being sure not to creak any
gosh.
boards that they might hear downstairs.
I wouldn't do this.
And crawled underneath their bed.
I would never do this because this is like...
Fit. The air was thick with
What's it
dust,
called?
and after the bed skirt was down and in place, the darkness was absolute.
I can't be this bold.
Now all there was left to do was wait. So
and
I
this
waited.
is an invasion of privacy.
And waited.
First of all,
and
can we just talk about it?
I fell asleep. It was weird they didn't come to bed when they normally did. But when they did finally come to bed and my father climbed into bed,
never mind, he woke up. I thought he was going to be asleep the whole time and this plan was folded.
That would definitely work, my mother said, sounding happy. But I think we should try something a little less drastic. What in the hell were they talking about?
What are they talking about?
Yeah, you're right, my father replied. We'll try to figure something else out. I heard the sound of a quick kiss.
Figure what out?
The bed creaked as my father got comfortable. And then there was nothing but breathing, and in between each breath, an echoing silence.
Funny.
After I knew that they
went to sleep.
I quietly made my way out of the bedroom and back to my room.
Get to nothing else, because that would have been awkward.
I tried to figure out what they could have been talking about. The next day, I decided that I was going to hide underneath their bed again.
Okay.
And not fall asleep this time.
Okay.
When I got under there and they finally came to bed, they never mentioned anything out of the ordinary. I was going to figure this out and didn't care if I had to crawl under there every single night until I could find out what was going on.
This guy's determined. I give that to him. He's determined to know.
This went on for close to a week before they mentioned anything relating to whatever was so drastic.
Okay.
We could always just ship him off to a military school, my mother said as they walked into the bedroom. That could work. Wait, is this where my brothers went? Yeah, but the only problem with that is when he gets done with school, they're just going to ship him back, my father answered.
What?
I know, but we have to figure something out, my mother said.
What?
And I know that you don't want to do anything as drastic as what happened before. I like him more than I like the others.
Whoa!
I heard my father sigh deeply.
It's definitely definitely sound like he's talking about them.
This. It's draining us out.
Oh my!
I felt my father shift his weight
Oh my
above me.
gosh!
Listen, get some sleep.
Dang, Dad!
I heard the kissing sound again. Try not to think about it.
Oh my gosh!
After I got back to my
what
bedroom,
if he's not even talking about him the whole time, but it sounds like they're
my
talking about him, sending him off to military school?
I don't know what it was,
what
but
happened
I was
to the
starting
others?
to get the feeling that they weren't staying
Sounds
with
crazy.
my grandparents like they said.
Mm.
The next few nights were uneventful.
This is
and
so
they didn't bring
weird. You have to
anything
eat
new
dinner
up,
with
but
them.
Something weird started
And
happening.
you know, like they're making a plan for you.
My parents were being nice to me. I found both of them staring at me with a smile on their faces. And their eyes lost in a daydream.
Don't trust it. I don't trust it.
They would get up and leave the room, and I would be left with a creepy feeling. After
they
nearly
go
2
like
weeks of
disgust it.
hiding
They're
in
like,
their
yeah,
bedroom,
send them
I
off to
still
military
had
school.
no
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. Let's be nice
When
to
I
them
got
just
home
for
from
now.
school, I was surprised to see a birthday cake waiting for me.
Oh.
My parents then said, "Happy 18th birthday."
Oh, I was literally just about to say, is he turning 18?
My birthday was in 8 months, and they knew it. I started asking questions. And they said that they forgot to tell me that I had always celebrated my birthday on the wrong date. I was beyond disturbed.
I don't trust them.
And then I saw
They're
a
trying to
military
kick you
bus
out.
arriving. My parents handed me some bags and said that they have prepared this surprise for me.
No.
That I was going to join the military school.
No.
I said that I wasn't going. But then 2 huge men got out of the bus.
They look like they're from the UPS packaging thing. They don't even look like they're from the military.
Never looking back.
Oh my gosh.
I ran and I ran.
This is intense.
Till I couldn't run anymore.
My gosh.
I sat down on the curb and looked down the street in the direction I came. No one was following me.
Oh.
A car drove by me and pulled over next to me. It was a police officer.
Uh-oh.
He asked what I was doing here.
Snitch.
I could have told him that my parents were evil and they were planning to get rid of me like they did with my brothers. But I knew the police would believe my parents like they did last time.
Oh, true.
I don't know what's got me, but I decided to run from the police, too.
Oh, my gosh. Okay,
it just felt like the whole world was against
intense.
Me. But of course, the police got me.
I was about to say, you better make yourself look freaking suspicious, buddy.
They said that I was acting suspiciously because I refused to cooperate.
What'd I just say?
But then they wanted to call my parents to come pick me up. I started crying, begging them not to.
Don't do it.
That's when I started talking.
Evil.
I told them about everything that had happened with me.
Go ahead and snitch
about my brothers who disappeared. And how my parents had all the fake documents.
I feel like his brothers are fine.
With it.
I feel like this whole time
the
they turned 18 and then they just left
investigation
after 18. Or they kicked him out the house at 18.
And I had to cooperate with them.
That's my theory.
The police started looking into my parents' records. And to my shock, the records stated that they had adopted 3 boys 17 years ago.
Adopted?
The boys' names were Jacob, Jasper, and
So
Eddie.
they're all adopted.
I was confused for a moment, but then it started to make sense. These boys were me and my 2 brothers. But these were not our names.
Did they send them off to their real families?
The officer then said that the 3 brothers were born in the same month, which was super weird. I thought that my brothers and I were different ages. Why haven't they told us that we were adopted? And why they changed our names and birthdays? I was baffled.
They changed their
birthdays?
Then asked me
if
How do
I
you
could help
even
them discover
is that even
more.
legal?
That's when they offered that I go back to my parents' house and wear a wire under my clothes.
Oh,
I didn't hesitate, and I said yes.
Real smart.
The next day, I wore the wire, and I
Okay.
went knocking on my parents' door while an undercover police car waited outside.
Let's see what's going on.
When my parents opened the door, they were surprised to see me.
They're like, you came back?
I went in, and then I started asking them questions. I told them I knew about the whole adoption thing, that they lied about our ages and our names, and I demanded that they come clean. Both of them seemed surprised that I had found all of this out.
Watch it be like a wholesome
and for
ending.
the first time,
and
I
it's not
saw
even
them
bad.
lose their cool. They started arguing with each other.
Oh my gosh!
How they had it under control until they went too easy on me.
Oh my
I interrupted them and yelled, "Just tell me the
I'm about
truth!"
to say, just say it.
That's when my
What's
father,
going
with his
on?
angry tone, started shouting, "You were so stupid not to figure it all out all of these years. Your 2 brothers knew years ago."
Dang!
Then he told me with anger that yes,
Calm
we were
down.
adopted. They had only adopted us to get social and income benefits, which their lawyer had set up. Actually, they had made off of it $250,000. Their plan was to let us go as soon as we turned 18 without exposing their illegal adoption. That's why they tricked one of my brothers into working abroad. After they sent him an email claiming to be a known company. And as for my other brother, they lied to him and said his real parents were millionaires who live in South Africa.
Oh,
and now he's out there looking for them.
No,
as for me, the plan was to send me off
them.
to the military and cut all contact with me and move to another country.
I'm not gonna lie.
I couldn't believe it.
They're smart.
They've scammed me my whole life.
They scammed
Tears
the
were
whole
running down
system,
my cheeks.
But that's
I wanted
smart.
to get out of there.
Dang,
but that's when my father yelled,
about it.
"Where do you think you're going with all these secrets?
To the
be
police.
Spending some time in the basement.
You're going to jail."
And before I knew it, he grabbed me aggressively.
Hello?
My alleged
police?
mother started helping him get me under control.
Bro, is it?
But that's when the police broke in.
Okay.
And they stopped them.
That's what I was
After
about
that,
to say.
Both of them got locked up, and the police closed down the investigation.
I was about to say, because these videos is showing up like the video's about to be over.
And I hope I'll find them one day.
That is actually a sad ending. What the heck? I don't know, bro. That whole thing just took a turn for the worse. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah.